I've been on prednisone a lot over the years, tapers, large doses, and that's due to me having cystic fibrosis. And because I had CF, I also got something called allergic bronchopulmonary aspergillosis, which is like a mold in your lungs, but when you have cystic fibrosis, it doesn't really go away. So because of that, I was on lots of high-dose steroids. That led to me now having osteoporosis and osteopenia. Originally, I was put on Fosamax after my double lung transplant, but a couple years later, I was taken off because my kidneys weren't doing well. I had noticed, though, when I was on, especially when I first started the Fosamax, that my jaw hurt by my temple. It was only one side, but it would hurt a lot, and I would have a lot of jaw issues there. So when I stopped the Fosamax, my jaw issues actually went away, and my jaw felt fine and normal again. Skip to about 10 years later, and I was put on Zometa infusions. So the infusion is supposed to be good for 1 year, so that's why I did one a year for 3 years. On my third year, I noticed almost immediately after it that my jaw really hurt. And the jaw pain continued on, and eventually my jaw was like coming out of the joint on one side, and I could get it back in pretty easily at first. Like I would be eating a sandwich and all of a sudden I'd feel a sharp pain and my jaw would kind of unhinge and I would be able to get it back. But after a while, my jaw would kind of come out of placement and my teeth would be misaligned and I couldn't really eat on it unless I ate soft foods. And the only way that it would really get back in place is if I would grind my teeth at night and it would somehow go back into place. But it didn't happen every night. Like if I had my jaw come out of place one night, it didn't automatically get better the next day. Sometimes it took 2 or 3 days. So I had to eat soft foods and it was not good. I went to my dentist and told him about it and he sent me to somebody and they did a 3D x-ray, and the doctor there told me that it looked like I needed jaw surgery. So I did end up going to a jaw surgeon that he recommended, and he looked at my jaw and said there were little pieces of bone chips in my jaw that looked like what would happen if someone took biphosphonates, which I had been on. And I was like, yeah, I totally took those. And he's like, yeah, it's very common for this kind of wear to be from that. So I was all set to get jaw surgery. They were making the titanium plates that kind of go over here on each side. And that process took about 6 months. I had to do a lot of precise measurements and have them made. And there's only one facility, I believe, in the whole United States that makes them. So that's why it takes so long to make them. As I was waiting for them to be made, my jaw was slowly starting to feel better. And it had been about a year since my infusion. And it was actually 1 month before a year when my jaw started feeling like I don't think I need surgery anymore. My jaw felt magically better. And that's when I knew for sure it was definitely from the Zometa infusion. I mean, I know these medicines can cause jaw necrosis, so perhaps this is part of the jaw necrosis that it causes. And I know not everyone gets that side effect, but I do believe I did. And thankfully, I was able to stop the surgery. It's a major, major surgery that you really only get as a last-ditch effort. But I'm telling you, my jaw was so bad, I just didn't know what else to do. So thank God those jaw joints took 6 months to make, because otherwise I would have had this major surgery that really wasn't necessary. Because yes, I still have the bone chips in my jaw, but I'm not having the pain. My jaw doesn't get stuck. It doesn't come out of place. So I'm very thankful that I did not get that surgery. I have not gone back on biphosphonates. My doctor wants me to see an endocrinologist to see if there's anything else I could do. I know you can do exercise, and that's really good for your bones too. but I want to see what the endocrinologist has to say as an alternative to doing the biphosphonates, because I really refuse to do them again because I do not want jaw surgery.